If I had to move to Brooksville, Florida, there's only one place I'd go, and it's not some random subdivision off of 41 with cookie-cutter homes and a plastic playground. I'm talking about a community that feels like you stumbled across a Florida unicorn. Real rolling hills, a private Pete Dye championship golf course, and a clubhouse that feels like it belongs in a high-end resort in Orlando or something. The place is called Southern Hills, and trust me, it doesn't just live up to the hype, it is the hype. So think of it like this: if Brooksville was a band, Southern Hills would be the lead singer, the showstopper that everyone came to see. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why this community is in a league of its own. So here's the deal. When most people think of Brooksville, they picture farmland, old oaks, and maybe a diner where the coffee's been on since 6 a.m. And sure, that's part of the charm, but then you get to roll through the gates of Southern Hills and it feels like you just got upgraded to first class or something. And this isn't your average Florida neighborhood. The land itself is the star of the show here, which is unusual for Florida. There's actual rolling hills, winding roads, and views that make you forget you're still in Florida, let alone Hernando County. It's kind of a place where you drive home and it feels like an escape, not a chore, and that's what makes Southern Hills so different from anything else out here. The first thing you notice when you drive into Southern Hills isn't actually the homes, it's the land. So Florida is known as being flat as a pancake, you may or may not know, but here you're actually in the hills. Real rolling terrain, winding roads, oak-shaded streets. It feels more like North Carolina or something than it does Central Florida. And that changes everything. The air moves differently. You catch these sweeping views across the golf course, and even the way the light hits at sunset feels kind of unique. Brooksville sits about 250 to 300 feet above sea level, which makes this one of the higher points in the peninsula of Florida. Translation, you get breeze, better views, and way less flood risk than other coastal suburbs. But here's the kicker. You're not stranded out in the middle of nowhere. From Southern Hills, you're about 20 minutes from Spring Hill for shopping runs, 40 to 60 minutes from the Gulf beaches, around 55 minutes to Tampa International Airport, and only about 90 minutes to Orlando. So yeah, you're tucked away in nature, but date night to Tampa or Disney trip is still completely doable. And when you head into downtown Brooksville, where I live, just about 10 minutes or so away, you've got that old Florida charm dialed all the way up. The courthouse is the centerpiece, with live music on Friday nights at the events, farmers markets on Sundays, art walks, and even the annual Tangerine Festival. It's small town Americana that still feels alive, not just something stuck on a postcard. So before we even talk about the homes or the amenities, just understand this. Southern Hills is a community where the drive home feels like an escape. It's not just a neighborhood, it's a setting, and that's the foundation that everything else here is built upon. And while I have you for 2 seconds, if you're new to me and my channel, I'm Ross Hardy, and nobody has boots on the ground quite like my team and I. So if you're planning to move from another state or even just across town, you want to reach out to us, our contact info is on the screen down below. You can call, text, email, or reach out and set a Zoom appointment. We want to be your local real estate team of choice. Now, let's talk about the heart of Southern Hills, which is the club. This isn't your average community pool and half-baked fitness room with a treadmill from 1997. We're talking about a full-blown private country club lifestyle. The centerpiece is an 18-hole championship golf course designed by Pete Dye. Yes, that's Pete Dye. It's ranked as one of the top residential courses in the country, and when you stand on some of the tee boxes, the elevation makes you feel like you're golfing somewhere in the Carolinas, not in Florida. But here's the best part. It's not just for the golfers. The club has a resort-style pool, tennis and pickleball courts with a pro on site, a legit fitness center, a spa, and dining that goes beyond your standard clubhouse sandwich. You can spend an entire weekend here without even leaving the gates. Work out in the morning, grab lunch at the grill, hit the pool, have a cocktail there with the kids, and then meet friends and family for dinner overlooking the golf course. And socially, the place just hums. From tournaments and wine tastings to holiday parties, the calendar stays full all year round. It's one of those neighborhoods where people don't just wave when they pass by, they actually know each other in here. And when you do step outside the gates, Brooksville brings its own personality. You can slow it down at the Tilted Teacup Tea Room and Boutique in downtown Brooksville. Yeah, I think lace tablecloths and proper scones. It's a real vibe down there. Or keep it classic with Florida Cracker Kitchen, where I was this morning for breakfast, for the kind of Southern breakfast that puts you into a food coma when you're finished with it. There's other restaurants downtown, whether you're craving Italian or pizza, or even live music at some of the breweries with some trivia nights thrown in to keep things interesting. Want fresh air? The Wivalocucci State Forest is minutes away for hiking, biking, and then the Good Neighbor Trail is perfect for a morning ride or jog. The Weeki Wachee Springs give you crystal clear kayaking when the weather's showing off as well in Florida, and there's a balance here. Resort-style lifestyle on the inside, backyard full Florida adventures just outside the gates. But what about the homes here? Because at the end of the day, that's what makes you stay. Well, Southern Hills isn't a one-size-fits-all neighborhood. You've got options here, whether you're looking for something low maintenance or you're ready to go all in on a custom build like the one I'm in here. On the production side, they have spire homes with some of the more approachable options. Think single-family homes or even villas with modern layouts, open kitchens, and outdoor living spaces that take advantage of those hillside views. That's perfect if you want the Southern Hills lifestyle without breaking the 7-figure range. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Perry Homes. This is my favorite home in all of Hernando County, and there's other custom builders as well, turning out some absolute showpieces. Sprawling estates with high-end finishes, wine rooms, infinity edge pools overlooking the golf course, the kind of houses that could easily double as the backdrop for a magazine shoot. And here's where it gets fun. The architecture isn't cookie cutter. Southern Hills mixes traditional Southern charm, big porches, brick and stone details with fresh, modern Florida designs. It's the kind of neighborhood where you'll see variety, not the same 4 elevations repeated all the way down the street. And price-wise, you're looking at everything from the mid-400s for some of the smaller builds up into the $1 to $2 million range for some of the custom estates like this one here. The sweet spot for most buyers here is somewhere around the middle, think like $700,000–800,000 for a larger family home with some upgrades. So whether you're just stepping into your first golf community home or you're designing the dream home that you've always pictured, Southern Hills has a lane for you to drive in. And honestly, that mix of approachable and aspirational is a big reason why the community stays so attractive to both families and retirees. Here's the thing about Southern Hills that's even more impressive. It's not done yet. This community isn't just sitting still polishing its golf trophies. There's massive expansion on deck. About 462 acres just got the green light, and with it, close to 900 more homes coming. Now, I know what you're thinking, more homes, more people, more traffic, right? And yeah, growth always comes with trade-offs, but here's where the city got smart. Developers have to build a berm, and that's basically a big landscape buffer along Powell Road to help with the stormwater and flooding issues. They're also donating land for the future fire station, which means faster emergency response for the whole area. Translation: this isn't just about rooftops, it's about beefing up the infrastructure too. For buyers, here's why this matters. More homes equals more builders equals more options. You'll see a wider range of floor plans and price points rolling out as the new section comes online. And growth usually means fresh amenities, stronger resale value, and a community that keeps evolving instead of getting stale. Let's go back to that band analogy again. The band is already good, but now they've got new members and new instruments. The sound gets bigger, the shows get better, and suddenly everyone wants tickets. That's Southern Hills in a nutshell over the next few years, the headliner community that's only gaining more buzz with time. Now, I've painted a pretty picture of what life could be like in Southern Hills, and while it's accurate, the reality is it's not for everyone. So let me give you a few pros and cons that you should be thinking about. Pros first. The community is a stunner. You've got the Pete Dye Championship golf course, resort-style amenities, and some of the only real rolling hills in all of Florida. The vibe here is equal parts luxury and small-town charm. The people actually know their neighbors, the club calendar is packed, and the whole place feels like a vacation that you get to live in every single day. And the higher elevation, meaning breezes, views, and less flood worry, it's a hard lifestyle to beat. But what about the cons? Well, let's keep it real here. Location-wise, you're not exactly in the middle of all the action. Downtown Brooksville is charming with places like the Bistro and Florida Cracker Kitchen and even trivia nights at Broad Street Brewing, like I mentioned, nearby, but this isn't Tampa's Water Street district. If nightlife is your jam, you're going to be driving to find that. Then there's the cost of living here. Beyond your mortgage, you've got HOA fees, CDD fees, and because you're in city limits, you have the city tax as well. And if you want to play the golf course scene, you've got the membership fees too. It's not outrageous compared to other golf communities, but it's something you have to budget for. And of course, with growth comes change. Nearly 900 new homes are on the way. That means more traffic for sure and more neighbors in line at the clubhouse. For some people, that's exciting. For others, that's a side-eye moment. But here's the truth. When you stack it up, the lifestyle here way outweighs the drawbacks. Southern Hills isn't pretending to be something it's not. It's not nightlife, it's not cheap. What it is Brooksville's crown jewel. So who is Southern Hills really made for? Well, honestly, it's a mix, and that's what keeps the community lively. If you're a retiree who wants the country club lifestyle without the chaos of Tampa traffic, this is probably going to be your sweet spot. Wake up, hit the golf course, swim a few laps, grab lunch with friends, rinse and repeat. Sounds like a pretty good life, right? For families, it's just as solid. You've got Hernando High School, Brooksville Elementary right in town, plus private options like Methodist or Hernando Christian Academy if you're looking for faith-based education. So the kids are covered while you're working on your backhand at the pickleball courts. And for those of you chasing the dream home vibe, maybe it's a second home, maybe it's the we finally made it forever type home, this community has the kind of custom builds that makes people stop and stare when they drive by. Bottom line, Southern Hills is perfect if you want to feel tucked away in your own resort style escape, but still be close enough to Tampa, Orlando, and the beaches when you need a dose of the city life or the sunshine that Florida affords you. If that balance sounds like your speed, this might just be your next zip code. So here's the deal. If I was moving to Brooksville, this is it. I love downtown, don't get me wrong, but Southern Hills checks every box. Hills you didn't think Florida had, a country club lifestyle, homes for every stage of life and most budgets, and just enough small town charm to make it feel really, truly authentic. If after watching this, Brooksville feels like where you need to be, don't wait around. Call, text, or email our real estate team now. That's what we do, and we do it every single day. We'll walk you through the move, neighborhood by neighborhood, so you know exactly where you fit in best. Our info's right there in the description, or reach out to this number below, because we want to be your local real estate team of choice. And if you're still in research mode, no problem. Hit the playlist right here. It's loaded with more of the best neighborhoods and hidden gems, as well as pros and cons of Brooksville, Spring Hill, and other areas, and the real deal on what it's like once you land here. As always, thanks for watching the channel. I can't wait to show you around town. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.